Here's my review for the hot mix pistol in Fortnite Save the World. If you guys want to use my creator code, by the way, it's Salvaje. And if you're going to buy Borderlands 3, a game that I'm going to cover on the channel, you can also use my creator code, it's Salvaje. So I don't know why, guys, but every time I'm going to review a weapon in Fortnite Save the World, and I'm playing with a weapon and I'm joining into games, like pretty much the entire Save the World community has just gone extinct. Like I can never find people, you know, in high-end twine that are playing the game. It sucks. It really sucks. And a lot of the subscribers that sometimes reach out, they're not in high-end twine, so that also sucks. Anyways, the point is that I saw some gameplay for this pistol to make this review, and I also used the weapon for a total of 2 games because I didn't want to delay the review for longer than it has been. Okay, long story short, I like it. It's a pretty decent pistol. It does some pretty decent damage. It comes with double critical rating, critical damage, and reload speed, and I absolutely believe that you should stay with a critical rating, critical damage build, even though the weapon doesn't have a magazine size perk. At least I didn't notice that it has a magazine size perk. Maybe I made a mistake. The point is, if you have a 30 bullet magazine, you're not going to be getting a lot of critical damage out of the weapon. And I guess this is pretty understandable because the weapon does fire piercing bullets, which leads me forward to my next point. So this thing fires piercing bullets, but it doesn't damage refrigerator husk. So that's one of the biggest weaknesses that this thing has, which is kind of a shame, honestly, because refrigerator husk are really annoying. It fires piercing bullets also, but it doesn't go through shielder husk, so that is also a bit of a disappointment. And the bullets that this thing fires doesn't really trigger propane, so that's actually a good thing. However, don't quote me on that because Epic might patch that in. The Pulsar 9000 didn't trigger propane, I believe, when it first came out, and then they actually patched it so that the Pulsar does trigger propane. I think that this weapon isn't a great pistol. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. As you guys know, I don't get really dragged into hype around weapons in Save the World. I like to stay very objective, okay? I think this is a pistol that is pretty decent. It offers a lot of value when it comes down to damage, but something that, and this leads me to my next point, something that I always struggled with this pistol as I was using it for the 2 games that I used it is the fire rate. I mean, it's just too slow. It's too slow, all right? Husk, they get in front of you very quickly. And you would think that the fire rate being slow is not really a big deal. That's what I first thought. But then I realized that the weapon only has about a 3 to 4 tile range, which means that you have to be very close to the husk, which means that the husk are going to overwhelm you because you might not be able to land shots on them. This thing also shoots projectiles, and if you're not good at aiming your projectiles on the target, you're not gonna get a lot of value out of this pistol. This is a pistol that is meant to be used at short range, but it fires really slow. You know, you would think that it would be the other way around, but that is definitely not the case. And that's one of the reasons why I think this pistol is just average, okay? When it comes down to the star rating, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 stars, okay? It's a pistol that is pretty decent at the close ranges. You know, I found myself just getting a lot of husk in a specific funnel and then just eliminating a lot of them. And I found that to be a lot of fun, but there are other reliable choices out there, you know, for you to do things like that. Like we have the Jack's Revenge pistol, for example, the Obliterator. We also have the Pulsar 9000. So you guys get what I mean. This pistol, you're not going to be getting as much value as other weapons like the Pulsar or the Obliterator or even the Jack's Revenge, which is actually a very decent pistol. And I would run the Jack's Revenge every single time over this pistol. And the reason for that is because the Jack's Revenge is able to dish out massive amounts of damage, and it's going to be doing some nice critical damage also to miss monsters. So I'd rather have a weapon that's very effective against all types of husk, that specializes at its job, which is, you know, piercing, than a weapon that somehow specializes at the job of piercing husk at a 3 tile range with really slow fire rate. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Those are my thoughts on the hot mix. It's an average weapon, and as you guys know, when it comes down to my reviews, like, average is not a bad thing. Average is pretty good. It means that it's usable, but it also means that there are better choices that I personally would use. Let me know what you think about this weapon. Do you think I am wrong? Do you think it's a great weapon? Do you think that you know, my review is pretty accurate. Let me know in the comment sections. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Feel free to subscribe for more quality Save the World content, as I have a very good in-depth endgame constructor guide coming soon. Peace out, and see you all in the next one.